This story is a heartbreaking story of a teacher and two paraprofessionals, or classroom aides, who were within a classroom and did not properly educate children or work with them on behaviors. Instead, their classroom became what the judge called a place of torture. So this happened in Charleston, West Virginia, where two paraprofessionals and a special education teacher turned their classroom into what the judge called a place of torture. These were individuals who were trusted with these children to teach them to become better functioning members of society. And since they were also special education teachers, we have to keep in consideration that these are some of the most vulnerable in our society and they need extra help. And these staff in this school definitely abused their privilege. It is also noted that the family of one of the main students who this case focuses on, who is named Sophia, her family moved hours and hours away just to put their child in this school because they heard that this school was really good and that it had smaller class sizes and better ratios, and they had no idea what really happened behind closed doors. There definitely were some silver linings to this case, and we will get to that in a little bit. But for now, we can look at what happened and how this teacher abused her children in her classroom. As mentioned before, the student that this case focuses on, her name is Sophia Pressman. She's an 8-year-old child and she is in a self-contained classroom. She received verbal and physical abuse from her teacher. Some examples of what happened is that the teacher would lock her in the bathroom and say mean, terrible things to her while she was locked in the bathroom, and I will get a quote from that and read it to you directly here in just a minute. She swept trash on the child, and she made her eat lunch out of a dirty sink and off the bathroom floor. She was jerked across the classroom by her hair and then pulled out of her chair, where she smacked the ground, and then the teacher intentionally hit her with a cabinet door. She was isolated in the bathroom for an hour and a half, as I said before. And there were other students that have also received the same type of abuse, but this case really just focuses on Sophia. The teacher told Sophia while she was locked in the bathroom, "You're bad, nobody wants you. Look at me, mommy doesn't want you, daddy doesn't want you, even God doesn't want you. Go home, stay home, and put your head in a hole. Crawl into a hole and don't come back. Be a worm." Now I want you to keep in mind that she told this to that child when the child was locked in the bathroom by herself. The teacher, who is supposed to love her children and teach the children as if they are her own, who is part of this little girl's village, told her that nobody wanted her. As I said before, as horrible as this case is, there are some silver linings to it. For the first silver lining is that in West Virginia, it was once just a misdemeanor for a person in a position of trust, such as a teacher, to abuse their child or to abuse their student. It is now a felony and can be charged as such. Unfortunately, in this case, the teacher was not able to be charged as a felony because the law was changed afterwards. And the judge says that she wished she could give her a harsher sentence than what she received, but she can't. But as I said, thankfully, moving forward, if anything happens like this again, knock on wood that it doesn't, the judge will be able to charge whoever it is with a harsher punishment. Camera laws are strengthened within the classroom. Before, they were just kind of in place. They weren't really kept up with, and the videos were deleted shortly after they were recorded, but now they have to be kept for longer periods of time. If a parent wants to view the camera, they are allowed to, and there should be no complaints or no arguments for the parent that wants to view that video. and administration should be reviewing at least 15 minutes of the camera roll every 90 days to see what goes on while nobody's watching. During the court, the teacher, Miss Boggs, tried to say to the victims and their families, I'm sorry for hurting your children and your families. I apologize for breaking your trust you had in me as their teacher, and accept full responsibility for the harm that I have caused you, your children, and your families. The judge or the families did not accept her apology. Spoiler alert. Even though this was done by a teacher within a classroom and not a BCBA, this definitely had a lot of BACB violations. I don't think there was probably a single thing that this teacher did that was within the guidelines, but I'm going to focus on a few of the big ones that she violated. The first one is to treat others with dignity and respect. I think it's safe to say that locking a child in a classroom, or telling her that nobody wants her, or hitting her with a cabinet door, or any of the terrible things she did is not respectful. It's very cruel, it's harmful, and it's not something that you would want done to you, so why would you do it to somebody else? There's no respect for the child, and again, as I've stated before, the child is probably one of the most vulnerable children because she has a disability, and instead of working with her to help her become a better functioning member of society, the teacher was just mean and cruel. Behave with integrity. Again, the teacher did not behave with integrity. She did not fulfill her responsibilities to the school or to scientific communities. She did not teach this child ways to manage her emotions, yet alone if she was locked in the bathroom for an hour and a half, we can assume that she didn't even teach her academics, because how can she be teaching her when she's locked in the bathroom or being swept or whatever terrible thing the teacher said or did to her. And then finally, this does not benefit others. It does not benefit the student, the family, or anybody, really. I mean, it doesn't even benefit the teacher. I don't know. But overall, this was a sad case. It's hard to read, hard to hear about, and there's no part of me that can ever understand why a teacher would do this to her children that she is trusted with. Parents send teachers their children to take care of them, to teach them, to help them become better members of society, and this teacher was terrible and decided to torture the children instead of helping them, and that is unexcusable, and I'm glad that it is now felony to do so.